It's been 15 years since Dr. Richard Golden and myself started our partnership with Metta Mindfulness Music. And I think it's a good time to take a pause and reflect on the incredible impact that Dr. Gold have had on my creativity and on my output as a composer and a music producer. It started around 2010 when Dr. Gold asked me to compose music for the elements of Chinese medicine and Qigong, and I really enjoyed working on it. It became a classic music album, a series of 7 albums for Chinese medicine and beyond just Chinese medicine. But that first project was a landmark project because I realized that Dr. Gold, who was a client, asking me to compose music for his community of Chinese acupuncturists, Chinese medicine practitioners. He became a partner through this project, and I became his partner in a record label that is dedicated to healing music and well-being. And this unusual transformation from a relationship between a composer and a client who commissioned music to partnership is very unusual. And I credit it to one thing is that Dr. Gold turned to be the ideal client. He's been the best partner and client that I ever had in my long career as a composer and artistic director and music producer. And I think it's because Dr. Gold have no ego and really pure intentions and no personal agenda. All he wants is to get the best music for well-being and healing and meditation and yoga and medicine. And that's what he cares about. And he gave me freedom to create and freedom to envision music and to execute the music. And so he's a witness, he's an active witness, and then through this process he turned into a very creative partner where I've been the creative director of the record label and he's the president of the label. But over the years he have become what I call the head of the creative department for creative initiatives. He came up with all those ideas. After the Chinese medicine project, he came up with the idea to do music for the doshas of our Vedic medicine and yoga, which we've done. And then to do music for the chakras with Lucinda Clark, a beautiful project. And then he continued to generate creative ideas to take the chakras album and to invite Uyanga Bold to sing. And I created a singing part for her to sing over the 7 chakras albums, and that became Sacred Spiral album. And then Dr. Gold told me that his original commission that he wanted us to work on was the 4 divine states of Buddhism. And at the time when we started, he thought that would be too difficult to conceive, and so we started instead with the elements of Chinese medicine and Qigong. So finally, after the chakras and after Spiral's Sacred Spiral album, we arrived at the place where we were ready, Dr. Gold and myself, to tackle the 4 divine states of mind. And that was an incredible undertaking with master musicians from all over the world. This record was produced and recorded in Spain and Australia and India and Los Angeles. It was really a beautiful adventure and a journey, and it was released in 2020, just when the pandemic started. Really appropriate timing for a wounded world. And after that, Dr. Gold introduced me to the concept of 40 hertz sound therapy, which was an incredible undertaking to create music to deliver 40 hertz vibration, which help with brain health. And though we did 7 albums or more, I believe maybe 8 albums by now with different styles of music, and it was all ideas of Dr. Gold. Volume 2 featured great master musicians from India and Iran. Volume 3 featured the great jazz pianist Ruslan Sirota. And then I came up with the idea to do a choir album at 40 hertz, and that led us to Heal Me at 40 hertz. And then one of our team members suggested, let's do Beats to Study To. I believe it was Nick Salerno, our media director at Metta Mindfulness Music. And so we created those remixes in chill hop style for Beats to Study To at 40 hertz. Very cool album. And all through this journey, Dr. Rick Gold has been so supportive, so incredibly supportive and inspiring and caring and compassionate, and sustaining us through all these productions, providing for the productions, encouraging, and really, if you look at all the albums that we created and all the complexities and all the variety within these albums, and you think about, wait a second, who's behind all this? Who started all this goodness, this abundance flow of goodness, of offerings, of sound healing for the world in an affordable, accessible way and high quality? Who's behind all that? Who's behind all the merit and the benefit and all the good that people are getting? We are getting so many emails from so many people who benefited from this music, from these albums. How much happiness, how much hope, how much redemption, how much remedies for pain and suffering people have received from these albums. The one mind and heart that envisioned it, initiated it, and sustained it through all this time is one very dear soul, beautiful soul, which is living inside the body of Dr. Richard Gold. This is something that many do not know, they're not aware of it. And I think that this is a time to make a tribute and recognize the incredible giving and offerings and contributions that Dr. Richard Gold have done in the field of sound healing. So thanks to him that I composed all the music for all these albums and produced it and recorded it and edited it and mixed it and worked with all the musicians and brought all this to the table. It's all thanks to him, to his vision and his support. And we are in the midst of completing the work on a very special new album, which is a secret. But in the next few months, I hope it's going to be public. It will be released, I hope, in 2025 or 2026. But it's an incredible, a whole new approach to sound healing. And that is the album of sounds of plants, the sounds of medicinal plants. So check out this album. It's coming up in a couple of months. Gratitude to the dear Rick Gold